So I used the offer I'm about to give you to hit my first 100K a month. And after that, I've seen almost nobody else use this. And I work with coaching consultants every single day in the business that I run. And the reason why nobody else uses an offer like this is because A, it requires a little bit of legwork up front that a lot of people just aren't willing to give, mostly because they don't understand that once they actually do it, it's going to have massive returns on the back end. And to share the story of how I actually hit this offer, I had been a coaching business owner that had been struggling long term, just trying everything new that you could see on YouTube. I tried a $100 product between myself and my business partner. We had tried an inner circle model. We had tried hosting calls every day. We had tried low ticket recurring. We had tried absolutely everything, even down to the marketing of trying the webinars, of trying the VSL funnels, and it just wasn't working. Nothing seemed to actually work. And we had got to a point in our business where the only way we could actually make more money was increasing our prices. So with the YouTube traffic we had done our first 10K a month, then we increased the prices, did our first 20K a month, we increased the price again, and we hit a 50K a month. But from that point on, our business was on a slow decline. With as every single month we got a bit less views and we weren't able to stay on top of the algorithm, we would just be making less money. So we knew something needed to change massively. We just didn't know what we actually had to do to change. And it was around this time where we actually shut down the coaching business. We stopped running it for a period of time just to focus purely on creating a YouTube series where we documented the process of us actually building a business in the niche that we operated in. And from that point, it taught us a lot of lessons that when we came back to the coaching business space and ran the offer I'm about to share with you, it allowed us to hit our first 100K a month in December of 2023. And the offer that you've been waiting for that we used to deliver this was we worked with marketing agency owners and we guaranteed them that they'd scale to 25K a month within 90 days. Now, that headline, that offer alone is nothing special, but the entire process around that offer and where the magic of what made it work come in is that we actually installed a service-based element into it. We said that we would work in the trenches with them, we'd work on their business with them to actually help them achieve that desired result. And that is something that so many coaches are just completely missing in the service that they're offering, in the offers that they are running that could absolutely change the way that their business works forever. And the reason why is because in the value equation of what makes someone believe something's going to work, there is, okay, well, this is going to happen quickly. And then how can I actually believe, how can I trust that this is going to happen? And when you're selling information to someone, when you're selling to coaching to someone, the only thing that makes them believe that they'll actually be able to get a desired result is the credibility and the expertise that you have. So in direct correlation to the expertise that we had been able to develop with our audience just through the YouTube content we were posting is the amount that people would trust us. And because we hadn't been around in the game for 2 years, 4 years, and I imagine you're probably the same, not a tyrant of your industry just yet, it is going to be a similar situation where in order to create that believability that you can actually deliver results to people that are in your niche, that are currently functioning, you have to integrate a service element. For us, this was, all right, we're going to install in the business. We're going to get in the trenches with you to help you build out your agency, to help you build out your offers, to help you build out your outreach, to actually hit that goal. So we're not only just going to guarantee it and we're going to have a coaching offer and a program behind it, but we're actually going to work with you on a daily basis, one-to-one, as if you were a partner of our business. And this absolutely changed everything that we had going on. With just one closer, we were able to do this. And it got to a point where we had to change our process into actually getting customers into what I call applications because we had so many people coming in the front door. We had to flip our sales frame and qualify them. There were actual people that would show up to the sales calls with like slide decks, entire presentations as to why we should allow them to pay us money in order to partner up and work together. And the reason why this entire thing is possible is because when you integrate that service element into your business, what it does is it provides an actual supply to the actual demand that you're matching in whatever business that you're running. So typically with info with coaching, you can just onboard an infinite amount of people and that's going to be however much money you make in the given month. Now, when you install a service, it ups the believability and it also sets a supply cap that you have because you can't onboard 1,000 customers in one day at the current capacity and the current systems you have. So what that allows you to do is it allows you to take that and genuinely market it out to your process saying like, yeah, we're only able to onboard this amount of clients per month. And what that does for your marketing and what that does for your sales exclusivity process is it shows that you're detached. And when you're detached, as you know, things in life often come back to you. And it's that same process, it's that same offer that we actually use in order to make this and allow us to hit our first 100K a month. Now, to explain what you can do to implement this for yourself, there are a few steps that I want to talk about. And the first thing is what I like to call association loops, and that's going to be how we actually get our offer to resonate with people to hit hard, because that 25K a month in 90 days probably doesn't mean anything to you. However, to the agency owners that we were actually saying it to, that was like right beside their heart of what they wanted. That was in their mind when they went to bed at night. And I'll show you how to find that for your equivalent niche. Then I actually want to talk about how you can integrate the service element in a way that, again, is right by their heart and right where they dream at night. Because for you and your niche that you operate in, it might not be getting in the quote unquote trenches with them. It might be that you want to go ahead and provide them daily accountability. That might be what they want. They don't need someone to work with them. They can do that. They just need the accountability if it's a fitness offer or something like that. So finding that equivalent for your niche as well. Now, starting with the association loops, how can we find something? How can we find the desired result that we know the people that we're trying to talk to dream about at night? It really comes down to A, just good market research, and then B, also looking into your past, because oftentimes you're going to be someone similar to the actual ICP, to the ideal customer that you're selling to right now. I could tell you that I talk with coaches and consultants every single day, and for my new business, that eye in the sky, that like where they actually want to go with their heart, where they dream about at night, that's 100K a month. Everyone wants to hit it. That's why it's the title of this video, for crying out loud. And I understand that because I've operated in the niche and I worked in the niche for such a long period of time. So really, if you can find that, it is going to be absolutely huge. And yes, you can look at your own experiences. Yes, you can do market research, but the market research doesn't always just have to be one-on-one conversations with people. You can look on the YouTube algorithms and you can see a big part of what the actual massive creators, the people that are dominating your space, are talking about. And it's likely going to be something close to that. Now, whether that's a monetary amount, whether that is a body fat percentage or a muscle added amount, it is going to actually need to be something tangible. It can't just be that they want to be ripped or that they want to be rich, because what that means, and the issue with things like that, is they're not objective. To different people, they mean different things. To a kid who grew up with billionaire parents, being rich might be having $100 million. Now, to a kid that didn't grow up with anything, that might be having $100,000. So you have to actually get something that is an objective line in the sand for your marketing and for your dream outcome that you're going to use in the offer that you actually run. So again, that comes down to making it a number. I recommend it's a friendly flat, like kind of, sorry, not friendly, a friendly flat number that you can actually go ahead and use to actually market to people. And then from that point on, you're going to want to add even more numbers in the time aspect of things. So it's great to know that someone can get a result. But if you were to tell someone, yeah, you can be rich, but it's going to be in 100 years from now, they would probably not be interested. Everyone knows in life, at least if you're in a first world country, you can invest $8,000 per year into the S&P 500 and guarantee yourself $3 to $5 million within your lifetime. You don't see people selling that as a dream outcome though, because it's not something quick. It's not something that happens fast. So you need to have some form of time scarcity that you're delivering the result under a period in, so that when we go about adding that second aspect, which is the service, they're going to be like, oh my gosh, this is the best offer that I've ever seen in the entire world. So again, there's program lengths that are typical for doing this. You've got very, very short things, which I would use as a lead magnet, where it's like 7 days or do it within 48 hours. I recommend that for things that are like 20 bucks, low ticket lead magnets. But if you're selling heavy hitting, high ticket service products, even 30 days is still low ticket. I would recommend 90 days, 180 days, or the entire year. So 3, 6, or 12-month periods. Those are the most effective for actually going about and selling your service. Now, to explain how it actually works with the dream outcome, 12 months is a very long time to promise a dream outcome. It's not that effective in your marketing. Where I recommend you use 12 months is if you're going to be selling a product that's very grandiose and you want to collect a lot of money up front. However, it's not necessarily based on a dream end outcome. So to give you an example, if you were a crazy heavy hitter in your space, you've got so many results, you've got so many frameworks, informations of value packaged up into something, and you want to sell it for a crap ton of money, that's where I'd recommend you sell some form of 12-month licensing plan so people can get access to the entire thing for 12 months, use it, implement it, make it work for them, and then you still get the benefit of collecting a lot of cash up front. However, if you gave it to them in a short period of time, you probably not be able to justify as much money. Now, 6 months is where I'd say is the absolute max for having an appealing offer within a short period of time that someone can actually go after. Now, 6 months is kind of that middle mark where you need to give them a lot of time to achieve the result and you're kind of just packaging up information because you think it's valuable. And then 3 months, again, is really, really what I would just recommend is the sweet spot of if you've got a dream outcome that you're selling somebody, find a way to make it happen within 90 days because 90 days is not long enough where someone gets discouraged or demotivated, but it's also not short enough where they feel those if they like miss a week or they have one bump in the road that they're failing and that it's not going to work. So I recommend personally you always try and go with 90 days. Just as the beginner, that's what we did because it is the easiest to deliver on. You've got a quick client cycle so you can get cash in the door, cash actually out of the door and start retaining people, go for upsells, whatnot, and really just have again the infrastructure to actually support because when you do 6 months 12 months you're going to start having a lag behind of a lot of clients, and if you don't have experience when it comes to having great client expectation service delivery, it's going to be tough. So that is the term length, and those are the numbers, the two numbers on the front end that we actually have to have of dream outcome and program length. Now going down to the second thing, which is the service and how you integrate it. This is something that a lot of people call a unique mechanism or a part of the unique mechanism. That's an entire video for a different day. But if you can implement this and you can increase the believability of what you do with it, it is going to absolutely crush on your sales process and crush on your marketing process too, because now your claims have basing, right? A claim without any basing doesn't mean anything. There's actually a famous ad that was run at some point in the 1900s when Americans were reading books like this and doing a crazy amount of advertising with newspapers. But a guy, he ran an ad that said, hey, if you call this number, I'll give you $100. And the ad was so good. It was too good to be true. And no one called. And the guy didn't give away any single money. And it was just a proof to the point that if you do not have basing, if there's not believability, which in other words, there is not a certain amount of limited supply that is public, people aren't going to believe you. People aren't going to want to move forward. So again, this is where we come to integrate our service. We've got the option of dedicating our own time directly, which is going to be the best way to actually get results. Selling information in one way or another is selling your own time as the founder, as the person running the brand. So you have the ability to spend your own time, whether that be on calls with a person, or you have the time to actually spend, whether it be working on things for them. And I recommend what you actually do is you mash those two together and you add them one-on-one time. And then also in addition to that, one-on-one calls that you're going to be, sorry, not one-on-one calls, but one-on-one work that you're doing for them and that you're delivering for them. So I'll give the example of personal fitness because I believe it is the only example where it might not be in your best benefit to actually directly spend time with them because you can't work out for them. They have to do something that is completely individual to themselves and their own body. So, a great example of how you can spend time with them is just one on one coaching calls to review, to go over their form, to go over the things that they're doing personalized. That's a way to actually provide time. And the way to actually provide into a service, into typical coaching, is just doing daily accountability, right? Being the person that reaches out every single day to make sure that they're doing their workouts, make sure they're tracking their macros or whatever they need to do in order to achieve the dream desired fitness result they have. But then once you integrate those things, you can market it as you are a partner of them. You are someone that's working alongside them. It's no longer just coaching because you are actually with them. You're like, if they're on a sports team, you're the elite trainer that's on call for them 24/7 to make them go. And that's the frame that you want to have if you don't have this crazy infrastructure, you don't have all these crazy results, and you don't have people already waving cash trying to hand it to you. That is how you can create the believability to still sell a high ticket product and to still see success. And it's what I used at my first 100K a month. And it's what I continue to use where I even now run a business for coaches where I actually work and partner with them. And I don't just coach them. I don't just talk to these people. I actually get involved in their business. I'll go and build your landing page. I'll go and build your sales process because I understand that not only does it provide more believability and make my marketing better, but it also adds genuine enterprise value to the business that I'm running. Not because I'm going to sell it or anything of that nature, but because now I've got people on board, now I've got systems to actually deliver on things and make them improve and be a lot better. So sorry about that. Sorry, just a quick notification on the phone. So that is really the way that I would personally go about selling an info product offer. And it's the exact offer that I use to this day. And I also used to hit my first 100K a month in my own coaching business. And I hope that the value you got from today's video is worth the time that you spent. And I will see you in the next one.